Hey there, how you doing? So something I do during do my workouts is I watch Gary Vee, which you've heard me talk about a couple of times, but I also watch a lot of stuff that Grant Cardone puts out, and it's just fun. I know he's a polarizing figure. Some like him, some hate him. I certainly don't enjoy all the flash, right? The plane and the cars and the watches he got into a little bit there at the end of the year. But what I'm watching for is what's he doing with deals? Because again, right, I buy rental properties and I'm a landlord, and occasionally I raise private money, and he is a machine, right? Cardone Capital, ability to raise funds, put deals together is amazing, right? He gets the best rates. He has plenty of capital to go shopping, if you will. He's able to raise capital from around the world. He gets the best rates when he buys something. So it's interesting. And what I just saw really raised a question. So he's been buying in what I call the sunshine states for a long time, right? Texas, Florida, and the like. For good reasons, right? The deals were there. He was buying good quality properties, adding value, raising the value, and cutting those dividend checks or whatever you call those. But he just did something different, and it caught my attention. It looks like he is buying a nine-figure property in Maryland, and I can really only see two reasons to do that because his infrastructure, his reputation, his ability to track deals, equity is probably second to none in the Sunshine States. Wow, can't say that very well. Sunshine States. So when someone like that changes and goes to a new market, I think there's only two reasons for it. The first one is what I think is going on. Basically, that market is overpriced. And even Grant and Cardone Capital, with all the equity, best rates, just can't make the numbers work. There are too many new syndicators, there is too much money in the system, and the deals are overpriced. And if that's true, Grant deserves a huge pat on the back. Because if the market's going against you and it's overpriced, you should say no and look elsewhere. So again, he's being a good steward of the capital if that is true. And that means he has to go somewhere else, right? If that part of the country is tapped out, there's no more value to be had, everybody's overpaying, and he doesn't want to overpay, he's going to go to a new market, and Maryland could be just the sample, right? And I call Maryland a new market because, frankly, because it snows, right? Texas and Florida don't get traditionally a lot of snow, so it's just a different footprint. My guess is his team is not as deep, the bench is not as deep there. He's going to have to grow grassroots and all of that, which he'll be able to do in a minute. But it's just a signal. When a big power player like Grant Cardone does something different, I ask questions. And the first thing I'm thinking about this deal is Texas, Florida are overpriced. Anybody doing a new syndication in those markets, their deals are too skinny, the assumptions are too weak, and people are going to lose some money. There's really only one other option that's possible. I did say there's two. The other option could be Grant just has so much money coming at him from people just saying, take my money, take my money, take my money. And he feels like he has to deploy it elsewhere, right? Because there's only so much multifamily down there available at any one time. I don't, I mean, first off, it absolutely could be true. Absolutely, right? His ability to do social media and marketing and his returns and track record, there's going to be people throwing money at him for a long time. So I get it. But it just feels different. I don't think he'll ever say that those markets are overpriced because, again, he'll take the unicorn deal or that come along when people say, hey, I want to sell to you because it's you. He gets that, right? His reputation will have that. But I think he is telling us investors, limited partners, that there's no value there, right? They're fully priced or worse. Any new syndication in Texas or Florida should be looked at with suspect, because if Grant can't make the numbers work, that's a sign, right? I look for signs. But again, it could be, hey, I used to get, I'm just making this up now, I don't know, $80 million a year to invest, and his track record is so good that now he's getting 200 million. So maybe he just has more capital and he has to deploy stuff. So I'd be interesting to see what you think. If you follow Grant, what do you think he's telling us? Because I don't think he's going to come out and say it. What do you think he's telling us? Is Texas and Florida overpriced? Or is he telling us he is such a genius at raising capital that he just needs to put it elsewhere? I only think it's one of those two options. Which one do you think it is? Leave your comments below. And of course, have a wonderful day. Take care.